Welcome everyone. So today is our first lesson, a Python lesson. So this lesson will last for the next 8 weeks and it's about 32 hours. As you can see, we have here the Python logo if you don't know. And today we will cover this, why you need to learn Python, what is Python, the setup, we configure the setup, and learn variables, Python comments, data types, operators, conditionals, loops, and functions. So most of the time I don't use PowerPoint to teach. Instead, we just open VS Code and learn the coding because there's no way someone can learn from PowerPoint. So I believe you can learn by doing um, better than just watching from PowerPoint. But just for today, just to get started. So as you can see in this slide, I have a Python. So we have to install the Python, and we need a VS Code. It is a text editor or code editor to write Python code. Yeah. So we need to install next Python script. So we can write Python script on a Python interactive shell or on VS Code. As you can see, this was written on VS Code. So Python we usually write, for instance, you use print, it's the keyword, and you put it in a parenthesis and then a text. Hello world. Then it print out this for you. So what we understand actually, this print allow us to print something. It could be a text, or it could be a number, or it could be some operation. As you can see, 2 plus 3. Everybody knows this, right? And it gives 5. But this is just a number. So 20, 21, and it just gives you this. And you can even subtract or multiply or divide. As you know, 3 divided by 2, it's 1.5. And this is actually a bit different. We call it modulus. That means the remainder. If you divide 3 by 2, what's the remainder? 1. And we call this floor division. We don't care about the remaining part, so we just care the quotient. I think they call it quotient, or the part. For instance, if you divide 3 by 2, it is 1.5. We don't care about 1.5, we just take 1. If you divide 7 by 3, we get 2 times, so it's 2. We don't, there will be 1 left, we don't care for that. Then variables, actually variables are a means to store some data. Okay, for instance, as you can see, this is a variable name to store something. You can just, it's a text, and then we store this, it's a text. And then last name, I store my name. Full name, I just concatenate. Concatenate actually means merge. First name plus some space plus the last name gives you the full name. Where do I live? Actually, I live in Finland. So country and city, I live in Helsinki. So I put this value. I weigh about 75 kilogram and height about 173. I'm the shortest of all. Okay, it's not very short anyway. But then if I want to print actually this information, I use this kind of code. You don't have to understand this now because you have no idea how to do this. We will talk about that. So then from this data, I managed to print this. Actually, a 7-8 lives in Helsinki, Finland, and he weighs 75 kilogram, and he is 173 centimeters tall. So I just use this information to generate this printout, but you don't have to. So we've been storing data here, but we will learn properly on VS Code. And another way, interactive Python shell, we just open the the command line, and we can write code, and then we will see that step by step. And what I want to ask you, you should do everything I do. Don't watch me. Don't watch me. Try it, and if something doesn't work, I will help you. So for instance, as you can see, by writing Python, I open the interactive Python shell, then print. Python is awesome. Yeah, it's printing it. Python is awesome. Thank you for coming. You are awesome too. It's printing. Then this the code editor, that is the VS Code. The VS Code, and we will install VS Code and write our Python code on VS Code all the time. Yeah, now it's time to code. But to code, first we have to install Python. We don't have Python. So I have to exit from here and we go here. Go with me if you didn't install Python yet. So Python. You click here and install. Since I have been installing this, it's like it is already. Remember to tick this one. I have to give you some time. And then click here. And yes. And then just give it some time. But until it get installed, let's talk about this thing, something we didn't talk about. Why Python? Most of you mentioned that actually Python is very popular. It can be used for machine learning. It can be used for data analysis, for AI, or for desktop application, or for server-side programming. So Python is a general purpose programming language which can be used in any sector. That's why actually you need to learn Python. What is Python? It's a programming language, a scripting language, uh, which allows you to write some script, a script which can be executed by the computer. So I think that's a Python, it's a programming language. And if you also go all the way down, actually, use Python could be for web development. We use these frameworks like Django, Pyramid, Bottle, Tornado, Flask, Web2Py. And for graphical user interface development, TK-Inter is very common, and Qt is also very common. Kiwi is also very common too, graphical for desktop application. For scientific and numeric, that means for data analysis, for machine learning, for data cleaning, and even for data visualization, we use this Panda. SciPy is more for scientific, statistical analysis. Yes. Software development, I have never used this, and system administration also, I have never used this also. But as you can see, it has a multi purpose. Let's see this. Yeah, now the installation is done. So to know if we install it, you come to here. If you are using Mac, just open the terminal. But if you are using Windows, you come to here and write CMD and open this by clicking. And then this should open then you write Python and then version to check if we installed the Python, right? And then enter. Yes, we installed Python 3.92. Actually, yes, I think that's what we installed. Yeah, 3.92. So Python is installed here. Great. So let's see who managed to install it so far. Should say something about it. I can see slides either. Guys, do you see my slides, or is it when did you say that? Okay, I hope you see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so could you please type one for me if you have a Python on your mission? Type one for me, everybody. If you have Python on your mission, just type one for me. So I can see. Great. So everybody has Python already. Please, guys, whenever I ask you to write something here, please write as fast as possible, unless I will just stop there and waiting for you forever, and that's not good. Okay. Now I can see I'm installing someone. I need some time. Okay, we will give you some time. Uh, if you have any Python, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have mine, okay? If you have 3.6 or 3 point, it doesn't really matter, okay? When you check Python and it like this, you may get 3.6, 3.7, it's okay. Great. So now let's move on. So we are sure that everybody almost has Python installed. So let's open the Python interactive terminal. So you just write p Python like this here and then enter. Now this is actually the Python interactive terminal. Just have, okay, let me read the comment. Just have ID. That's also good. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Timo here was not found run without a. That means if you say if Python, maybe you can try it for some of the guys. You may try this. Can you try py and enter? Instead of Python, you can also try it with py. It may. Okay. Yeah, this might be, so I hope you will figure out. So let's move on. So exit, I can exit from this, guys, to open this, the interactive, the Python interactive shell. Either you use py or maybe just Python and you will open. So from here you can write a Python code. So let's start our first Python script. So print, and in every programming language we usually write hello world. So hello world. So you write this. So this is a built-in function which allows you to print something. So in this case, hello world. As you can see, we managed to print this. Again, let's say print. By the way, this one, the quotation could be single or double. It doesn't matter. Let's see, hello world with double quotation. As you can see, I got the same thing. But how about if I do something like this? Do you think it works?
No,
Why?
because it has to be the same quotation number of quotations.
Yes, so we should be consistent. We have a double quote in the left side, and we have a single quotation in the right side, and that is not good. Yeah, so we should be consistent. But let's run and see the result. Yeah, as you can see, what do you read? Syntax error. And even it shows me where the syntax error is actually. So we have to debug the problem. So the process of fixing the bug, we call it debugging. So I have to make this double hello world. Now you know how to write print hello world. I will give you time, you guys, to write your own hello world, or maybe say thank you Python, or you may say Python is awesome. I just give you time to write the same thing.
Um, where I write like hello world, it says unable to initialize device PRN.
Okay, can you share your screen? That's the maximum we can do.
Mm, actually, I'm working with two PC. Okay, wait a minute. Can you see my screen?
Okay.
Yeah, like I wrote like this.
Oh wait, I can see.
You cannot see my screen?
Okay, let me.
No.
Yeah, I can see any screen yet.
Okay, it's saying that host disable participant screen sharing.
Okay, I think I have to also stop sharing my screen first.
Yeah.
For some reason, the computer is stuck. Oh no. Do you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Because
Yeah, we can hear you.
it's not. I can't. Zoom stuck for some reason. finish this part. So let me close. Okay, maybe. Could you please turn off the, mute? I think my Zoom just got stuck. I don't know why it happened. I can't even click on and change anything. I can't stop the sharing. So
Sabina,
mm,
I got the same error message, but I fixed it. So she can keep saying okay. She has to come out from this window. Uh,
mhm.
yes, she has to say okay, and she has to proceed next. She can try. She has to say okay or proceed something. It's okay. This reason is okay. So she can. I have because I got the same error message, but I fixed it.
Okay. So do you understand what he said?
So, um, so should I write only okay?
Yeah. Okay. Say it okay, and just
Okay.
go to your command prompt and check the version. It's gonna be fine.
The version is 3.9.2.
Yeah.
You are good to go. So you can connect your Python.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think now I'm stuck. So for until sometime this will be maybe active. So what I can do, let's just move on. If you couldn't manage to fix that, maybe you can just watch what we do. So let's come to again to the, oh, it's really fixed here, docked. I don't know. Do you see this?
Hey, Sabine,
Yeah.
excuse me, can someone else try to share?
Because not someone's problem now. I have a problem. My Zoom has a problem already. Do you see? I can't move the controller. Do you see the controller here stuck?
Yeah, okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can't do even. I can't mute myself, as you can see.
Okay, okay. Clear.
That's the
Yeah, thanks.
yes.
Maybe you can, I don't know, maybe you start the recording already, but you can open again, but I don't know this happens your recording.
Your voice is not good. I can't hear you very well.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Maybe I think what I can do. It has never been. I didn't have such a kind of.
Should you try to restart the tube?
Yeah, I think that's what I can try, even it's stuck.
Maybe stop recording.
Even I can't. It's inactive. So what I can do, and so guys, I will send you a link again. Okay, I will
Okay.
send.
Okay.
So should we leave this meeting?
No, actually now it seems again working. So let's proceed. Now I can see that it's working. Great. So I can start over.
I guess someone left, since there is only 12 participants now. It seems the Jerry has left.
Okay, then I will inform them just to join again. Join the same meeting. Now it's working. It's not common. It didn't happen before. But anyway, now, so does everybody have this Python?
Yes, but you are not sharing your screen now. Should you be sharing?
Yeah, that I will definitely. So guys, do you see my screen now? Do you see my screen? Great. So now let's write Python, and I believe you have Python. So there is this built-in functions. For instance, you say print. So what are you going to print? So functions usually do have these two parentheses. Yeah, inside the parentheses, you put something. It could be a number, it could be a text, it could be just some different data type. So for instance, if I say, I love teaching, and then you close. So we have this print is actually a function which allow us to print something. And print Python is awesome. And then we can do that. And then maybe print I love Python very much. As you can see, we can actually pass multiple arguments like differently. So it's, you don't have to put, so you can separate by comma and print something like this. Print numbers. You can print, for instance, the year is, for instance, and then 2021, as you can see. Yes, print again. I live in Finland, Helsinki. Yeah, so now you got how to use a print. Is that only text? No, we can put numbers. 9.81, everybody knows this gravity. We can multiply this. You remember my weight, right? So if we multiply this by 75, actually the weight of this in Newton, right? So maybe you want to multiply, calculate area of a circle. Yeah, 3.14, and maybe the radius could be 10 times 10. Yeah, as you can see, for instance, this is a radius of some circle with 10. So now you know how to use Python interactive shell, but this is not something you use on daily basis. Sometimes whenever you want to test something, you open this and try it. For instance, if I get some text on the internet, I can hear, and for instance, Python. And if I just get this text, imagine this text, yeah? And if I want to know the number of characters in here, and just to test, let's just some text, and then I put it something like this, and I close it. How? Yes, I will show you another maybe text. Good to, and then close it with, now it should work. Yeah, sometimes when we have big text like this, it's better to use three columns, or maybe we can use something like this. And then just to know the language, we can say len of this text, and now I know the language of that text, sometimes to test fast. So the the Python interactive shell is just for testing. It's a kind of quick and dirty way of doing things. Instead, what we need is actually a text editor. This is how to exit from the interactive shell. Exit, and then now if you open it like this, exit. Right. And I showed you, if you remember, print I love. So do you think this run?
No.
Why?
Because it has to be either a single quote or double quote.
Yeah, that's true. So that should be either double quote or single quote, or actually multiple quote. So now we have to fix this and this process is actually debugging. So we debug our code. I think it's enough working on the Python interactive shell. So let's download a VS Code. Yes, and even I don't need this. And now let's VS Code. Yeah.
No, Asabna,
Yes.
when you exit and parentheses, normally you, when I see in your screen, you stay on the Python window. But for me, it closes. I mean, it's like the one you did at the end. You did two things. Like one is parentheses. And when you did, yeah, okay. So now when you say exit and parentheses, you stay in the Windows team. Whereas
Yes, yeah, good.
whereas I did, I mean, the window closes totally.
So does it close for you?
Yeah, and put parentheses there, and then yeah, for me, it's no, not only exit. I mean, exit and parentheses, and then it closes for me. But for you, you were still in the window.
Yeah, because this one Python opens. Now I am on the Python interactive shell. Okay, so the exit will get me back to the command, this like the command prompt. So if I run this, I'm now on the command prompt. So you can close the command prompt by clicking here, or you just write exit. Yeah, that's just minor. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Let's now download this. Okay. Click and just give it some time. Yes, this is a very beautiful code editor. You will really love it. So we will spend some time learning how to use the VS Code itself, okay? And now it's almost finishing. I click it and it will start installing. Of course, I accept. And you don't have to just click this, just I will install the default, I mean, without any customization, just install this. Give it some time. Okay, I finished. Did you manage to reach here? If you have it already, you don't need to reinstall again, okay? Since, as you can see, launch Visual Studio, launch. So if I click it, it just launch right away. So I want to open it right away. Yeah, this is what you see actually. Since I'm a JavaScript developer, I also click this. Okay. I'm a Python developer too. Installing. Why is it taking forever? Yeah. Then maybe I may need some, as you can, settings and the key bindings. Install the setting and keyboard shortcut of Vim, Sublime from other different kind of code editors. Even it support you. I love the actually not Sublime, but it's okay. Instead, I am in favor of Atom, so I can add okay. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you click this or not, okay? It's not a big deal. Okay, so I don't want to see this page every time when I'm opening VS Code, so click this. Yeah. By clicking this, you will not see every time you open the VS Code. Then you will see something clear. So it has some shortcut, for instance, Control-Shift-P. Control-Shift-P, it opens this to run some extension. This is normal to open a file. This is to open a folder, but you don't have to come here. You have here already. New file, new window, open a file, a folder. So you don't have to. But the interesting part is actually here. So let me show you. First, we should install, create a folder. I'm on the desktop, guys. Go to the desktop and create a folder. I call this class Python. Winter is not anymore a winter, so it is a spring, and then it's going to be 2021. Yeah, because since I have other classes, I categorize it like this. Yeah, so now remember we have created a folder. We usually call folder projects. Sometimes when we say projects, don't be surprised. We call just the folder, the damn folder, we call it project. Nothing amazing, okay? Just open it like this and you go to the desktop, and I have some folders in the desktop, and actually this one is the one we created just some time ago. Yeah, so it's here now. So now let's create a file. To create a file inside, have you seen this? If you hover new file, new folder, for instance, new folder. For instance, we may say Python scripts. And inside you may add some maybe test.py. But I'm not interested to have, or maybe if we want to categorize everything, I can rename it even WEEK-1. So since it's WEEK-1, so inside I may rename it hello world. Hello world. Actually, you can name it any name. So Python code usually have an extension .py. So now you know how to create a folder, and inside the folder, you know how to create a file. Yeah, great. So whenever you don't need this, you just make it like this, toggling. Great. Now let's start writing Python code. Maybe if this is too small to see, I have to make it a bit bigger. I think this is big enough to see. So do you remember what we wrote on the Python interactive shell? We said print and then hello world. Yes, this is what we wrote. This just you need a Python, I mean the print text, and then a parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, you need this text. And then, have you seen this? Have you seen my cursor? You can just drag it up. Then it's opened for you. But if you don't have this, also another way of opening, you come here and just open an integrated terminal. So it opens for you. I will show you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Now that I have this open, this hello world.py, this also asks me to, it says linter playlist is not installed, source Python extensions, and then asks whether I would like to install it.
Yeah, install it. Install it. It's okay if you don't, but it's installed. Let me tell you, most of the time, this VS Code is so smart. It recommends you to do something, and most of the time, actually, it recommends you something you really need. So you install it. Great. Yeah, just install it, and that means after that you don't have to take care of the indentation. The VS Code by itself starts linting and formatting your code for more readability, for better readability. Good, do it. Okay, so now as you can see, I have this. I come here, so I can say Python, and then I call it by name. What's the name of the file? Hello world. Hello world.py. Something happened. What does it say? It can't open a file. Maybe I think hello world. Yeah, because have you seen I make a typo? I made a typo already. World. Yes. So now I can just try again. Now, as you can see, hello world. Great. Let's do more. Print Python is really awesome. Is it not? I think it's awesome. Okay. Then again, you just use the upper row, and then again, hello world, Python is awesome. But actually recently this year added this. Do you have this? Maybe do you see guys the green button? Yeah, just you click the green button and it just print out for you. Look, it's printing for you out. If it doesn't have, so you come here, this is the extension. We can add extension. So write Python. So go to here, and you may have, in your case, this could be green, or maybe it's not yet installed. So change it to install. Now, just by typing Python, you come here, then right here, Python. Then select the first one, and then click the install. Great. Another thing what you can do, for instance, whenever I write something, make it, you don't have to save this now and then. So come to here, the settings, auto save. So you can make this, if it is off, that means you have to save it every now and then, and that's boring. So you should do after delay, that means after a second, this means 1000 milliseconds, that means a second, it will save by itself. So just change this and then close it. Yeah, and I don't like also this the theme. You can change also the theme, the color theme. You can change a different theme. For instance, you can make it white if you want, or you can make it something, yeah, that's also light. And let's see, quite light, something like this, whatever you want, it's up to you. Something like this. There is like hundreds of color theme. For instance, sometimes I like this also. It's okay for me, but nowadays I'm in favor of this Dracula additional. So it asks you to add additional, and then Dracula official is good for me. I installed it, apply. I like this theme. But if you want the default, you just can keep the default. And also I want to change the size of the font because I'm a teacher and I want my students to see it bigger. So I can come here and font size. And in your case, it could be 14. Mine is now 24. Maybe I can make it 28 and everybody see a big text. Yeah, look at it now. Everybody just can see it as if it's from a blackboard, right? So I think this is pretty enough for now, but you can come here and just add some Python related packages. But if you just install Python and Python linter, maybe Python lint, linter, what is this? Python for VS Code. I have no idea what it does. Indentation. What do I have? Let me just check. Because you should have what I have. I have this. And it's, so I don't have much extension. Let me check with the linter. Yeah, I think the Python is just doing all the magic so that the Python extension is good enough, one extension. So now you should know how to write something using print, yeah? Print 2021, yes. Print 2020. Yes, was the time of Corona. Why not? Yes. Great. Now, if you understand this, we move on to something else. Did you understand so far what we wrote? If you understand, write me 1 and I can see that I can move on.
No, I didn't understand, but you're sharing this recording later.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, everything will be shared, so no problem. So I think I can also repeat again. Did you manage to install VS Code?
Not yet. No.
Oh yeah. Okay, so if you didn't also install anything on your computer, I will share with you this. What is Sculptor? There's something Sculptor. Python. I forgot the name. Yeah, Code Sculptor. So this is actually very good. You can follow me with this. And you may just write print. I love Python. And just you run and you see a bird, yeah? Print. 2020. Yes, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to A plus B, and print C. So everybody should expect 30, right? Yeah, so I will share with you this, guys. So if you didn't install anything, you can follow me using this. But if you install, just follow me with a proper Visual Studio Code.
Yeah, the print command is pretty much okay, but for example, can I share my screen?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. How's disabled participate and screen sharing?
Okay. Who is trying to? Are you Timo?
Yeah, Timo.
Yeah. Now try it.
So if, for example, here I have this prompt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pointing to any directory.
No, yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
So if I put Python.
No, don't go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now do what I will tell you to do.
Okay.
Write exit and close it as a yeah. Oh, why you? Could you please share with me? You stopped the sharing.
No, I pressed exit. So I don't know.
Oh, okay, but it's so so how it stop?
Can you see now?
I don't say anything.
Okay.
Can you share with me again?
So first of all, can you see me?
No, I don't say anything.
Sure.
Yeah, so go to CMD. CMD. No, just try CMD.
Ah, you mean command prompt?
Yeah, CMD. Yes, good. So write Python. Yeah, but yeah, so you have to check the version, you should be outside, not here. Exit again. Yeah, you exit with a function. The function means you have to invoke it with a 2 parentheses, yes. Okay, now Python. And then I think you're too fast. Please don't press it, yeah, exit. Python, don't please enter, just slow down, just only do what I tell you to do, and space, and then this hyphen, and then version. Yeah, good. Now enter. Yeah, as you can see now you have Python 3.92. So if you write just py and enter, py or Python, no, py, yes, yeah. So you can open the interactive Python shell by py or by writing Python like this.
Okay, okay, now I understand. I didn't realize I have to be in a command prompt.
Yeah, so if you are here, that means you are in, but I think you were right opening that. We've been writing.
Can you, if I open from here,
Yeah.
for example, 64-bit,
Yes, yeah.
then it doesn't work anymore.
You can do the same thing, but the difference is actually you are opening this on the command prompt.
Yeah.
So this, when you are using the command prompt, this part of the shell is part of in the command prompt. Yeah, but now this is just the ID, the default ID for the Python. So yeah, it's the same thing actually, but the way we
No, the prompt here, C colon users Timo, that's totally different. There is just 3 times bigger than.
Hello, Asavne.
yes.
Yeah, this was my question also previously, but you didn't get me and it passed me. I mean, you were on Python and you had the user, the C user, like here, he's showing that C/user Timo and Timo. And then when we exit, it exists. I mean, when we Timo, if you write exit in parentheses, it exists. It closes.
Which one? This one or this one?
No, the other one.
This one.
Yeah, here we don't have, okay, in Python, we don't have the C user and Timo and QI. So yeah, if you do this one now, it will close it.
Of course it should.
Yeah, it exits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I got it. So it should, because that is you opened it. That is only the interactive shell, but here we open the interactive Python shell on the command prompt. Okay, so the interactive Python shell will be closed by itself, not the command prompt.
Yeah, okay, I missed that. That
Yeah.
I should open it from command prompt.
Yeah, I have never opened this the IDE, but I will. Yeah, so some of you opened the wrong.
We are Windows people, most of us, I think. Okay, command prompt is Windows, but I mean Windows. That click and click.
Yeah, good. Can you just now? Did you solve your problem?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Asabede?
Yes.
Yeah, I just managed to download the VS Code, but after that, whatever you did, like opening the folder and how and you did different things, I couldn't understand.
I will
And it
come
would
back
be
to that.
nice if you go a little bit slowly.
Can I do it again then?
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Thanks.
So as I have seen that some guys, yes, when we opened the lesson today, I told you guys do what I do. Just do for a short time at least until you get very familiar. Just do what I do. This is how I opened the VS. I think I didn't share the screen yet, so I have to share my screen first. Yeah. This is how I do. I came here, I wrote CMD, right?
Yeah.
And then I opened this. So this is actually nothing to do with Python. If to check anything, any software installed on my computer, I have to open the CMD, the command prompt. Do I have Node? Yes. Let me check if I have Node, for instance, version. As you can see, I have Node. Do I have Python? Let me just check if I have Python by just writing this. But if I want to write, open the Python interactive shell, I have to write it something like this. And then now, this is the place that allows me to write Python interactive code. So here you can write any Python code. The print actually is a built-in function to print something, and we really love Python. So whenever you want to print after this, you should remember to use print. You don't have to think about anything else. I am a teacher. So as you can see now, we can also pass different arguments. It's not just one or two. We can add different arguments. It could be 10 or more. So it takes many arguments. Great. So you can even add things, I mean numbers, 2020, or yeah, and print maybe 1 plus 2, and everybody know this. The result should be, yeah, 3, right? Print maybe 2 minus 1, and everybody should know this, the result. And it's going to be 1. Maybe if you want to multiply 2 by 3, and you know this, the result should be 6. As you can see in mathematics, we have this, the X symbol, as in a multiplication, but in programming language, almost in all programming language, we use this star sign for multiplication. Division is going to be the slash, so 3 divided by 2, and it's going to be 1.5, and everybody knows this. And we have this also remainder. Actually, if you the remainder is actually, what is the remainder? The remainder of, this is remainder symbol to calculate the remainder after you divide. When after we divide 3 by 2, what's the remainder?
1.
1. Everybody knows that, yes. Okay, print, maybe just to make clear, 9 divided by 4. What's the remainder here?
1.
1 again. Yes, print, maybe 7 divided by 3. What's the remainder?
1.
Again, 1. I was thinking to get something much better number, different number. Okay, now let's go for floor division. Floor division, it just remove the remainder and store the quotient. For instance, 7 divided by this. The floor division will be, we remove the remainder and store the quotient.
2.
Yes, 2. Guys, you're awesome. Now we are left with, okay. So for instance, in mathematics, we say 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I don't like to go crazy. This is enough. So 2 times 2 times 2. Oh, you can write this differently, right? In mathematics, you may write this differently. To the power of 3, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 8. So how can we write that? Actually, we can write 2 times. This means power. If you use 2 star, it means power. To the power of 3. Let's check. 8. Print. For instance, 10 the power of 2. Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you expecting here?
100.
100. Great. So exponential. So we managed to, have you seen now we did all the arithmetic operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the modulus calculation, modulus, and floor division, and exponentiation. Yes, so that means we finished here all the arithmetic operators. But some people actually didn't see how. So I told you that this is just testing. We don't need this Python interactive shell for doing real projects, so we don't need it. I'm closing it. But some people were like, by writing Python here, they were opening this, the interactive shell by itself. You can write also the interactive shell here, okay? Yeah, but I prefer to do it differently and just open it here. You can also do here. It's not a I mean, whenever also you open CMD and you open here, py, actually this part is opened here. It's part of the command prompt now. Yeah. So it's not a big deal or a difference, but this is more elegant for me because I can open anything here. I can check the version and all those. If I want to check Node, yeah, Node. If I want to work on Node, Node is another programming language, so we don't go crazy here. Oh, actually, Node is process.env.exit. Exit is enough. I can get exit. Anyway, so no need to write what I'm reading here. So I stop everything and stop everything from here. Now let's go to, imagine we don't have this folder again because some people didn't understand what I have been doing. So yeah, imagine you don't have this folder and I am destroying it because I love destroying. Yes, so we're at the desktop. It's good to create folders from the desktop. So we decided to name our project Python. Is that Python spring semester and it is 2021. Yeah, great. This is a folder. Yeah, and sometimes we call it project, but it's just a simple folder. So now let's create open the VS Code. VS Code. Yeah, as you can see, we had already, but I want to remove it and I want to show you how to get. So this is VS Code. Whenever you want to install extensions, you come here. For instance, right here, Python, and then click here. And then, for instance, I installed it already. If it's green already, install it. Okay, great. At least you need this. Python extension for what? Python extension. Okay, let me try, for instance, this. It may give me some productivity tools, you know, a Python linting and syntax highlighter for cutting edge. Oh, that's good. Then beautiful syntax, and yeah, these are just for you for productivity purpose, guys. So it's installing there. I close it. Maybe another thing what we did here, you come here, auto save. Auto save. You come, in your case it could be off, so change it from off to after delay. After 1 second, after you write something, after 1 second it will be saved by itself, so you don't have to do this boring saving thing, right? Yes, saving now and then is so boring as a developer, so this is automated already. So now let's get our folder from the desktop, and I just click here and then add, then it will come here. So since we are in the first week, because we want to organize our code based on weeks, so I just created week 1. Yeah, good. Inside here I just created one, I can call it test.py, maybe if I want, or you can give it any name you want. So print hello world. And then to open here, actually, you can drag it like this. Or maybe if this is hard, or if you don't manage to open it from here, you can come here, right click and okay, maybe here. Right click and open in an integrated terminal, so it will open for you. There's lots of, I'm bad at coding. So no, you don't have to be good at coding. You just started, so you can't say that. We didn't start coding. Yeah, and you can't really say I am bad at, because it's just, you didn't see how it goes. So what can I help? Hello?
Yeah.
So Jerry said that you need help. Do you need help? Okay. Yeah, so I saw just some message. Yeah, guys, don't be overwhelmed. The first days, the setting up usually takes some time. So don't be overwhelmed. It's just normal. It's just like that. So now you can write this because it's stored in this folder. You just say py and then the name of the file, test.py. Yeah, great. And then let's do more. Print 2021. And then I come here. If you click or if you press the upper row, it just gives you like this. Or you don't have to do that. Just click this. It runs for you. Have you seen? It's printing for me. And then we did some arithmetic, if you remember. 1 + 2. What are you expecting from that? 3. Print 2 minus 1. If you have noticed that I usually leave some space, that is for readability, okay? I usually leave some space, yeah. Yeah, it's 1. Print 2 times 3. What is the result of this? 6. Print 3 divided by 2. 1.5. Print 3 modulus 2. We're expecting 1, the remainder. Print 3 floor division 2, and again we're expecting 1. Just to make this floor division very clear, print 7 floor division 2. It's going to be 1, but let's go for, yeah, I think this should give us 1. Yeah, 1 times. Actually, I will also show you, it's very good. Print 7. What's the result of this, guys? The remainder of this.
3.
Yes, 3. So this is hard. So usually it's very good to give something, you know. I mean, we don't know now this number where they are coming. So it's better to give something here. If I put here the sum of 1 and 2, the difference of 1 and 2, and comma, and if I run this now, I can see that where they are coming. As you can see, the sum of 1 and 2, it is 3, and you can start even formatting. Let's format just by adding something like this. Yes, and the product of 2 and 3, and the remainder of I'm just adding label, you know, the remainder of 3 and 2. That's why I'm fast here. Don't have nothing to the again here the remainder. So actually this is not the remainder, guys. The division of, and this is the remainder of, and this is the remainder of. The writing is becoming not tiring. The remainder of 3 and 2, or 3 divided by 2, whatever. The floor division of 3 and 2, and now I go for the last 2, the power of 5. Now you know to the power of 5, right? How do you write it? Tell me. 2, this, like this. And if you go now down, you see the sum of 1 and 2 is 3, the difference of 1 and 2, 1, the product of 2 and 3, 6, the division of 3 and 2, 1.5, and the remainder of 3 and 2, 1, and the floor division of 3 and 1 is 1 and 2, the power of 5 is 32. So we did again arithmetic operation. The arithmetic operation we did on the Python interactive shell. So name, it could be any name. For instance, we can call it practice 1, exercise 1, but any Python file should end with a .py extension. So I think I have to stop here. How much did you understand already? Okay, so I think you guys need some break. Yeah, let's have a 10 minutes break now, And maybe if there's something you want to fix, you can also fix in the meantime. Let's have 10-minute break and we will get back 7:45. Yeah, see you soon, guys. Okay, so let's try. Did you try something like this? And
Yes.
are you
So, yes. Yes. When I'm making three rows, it turns red immediately.
It's okay, but as long as it doesn't raise any or
Yeah.
cause any
Okay.
problem, just leave it.
Okay.
Yeah, because or you another way. This is how we make a multi-line comment. This is a multi-line comment.
Can it be a matter of a keyboard?
Hmm?
Can it be a
Or-
matter of keyboard if you have American keyboard or English or Finnish or German? Or...
but I think he got this. He got them. You got them from the keyboard, right? But he got a different color, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but they doesn't. I guess they are not working as they should.
Really?
Yeah, I can show you if you like.
Share the screen then.
Yeah.
Let's see it, guys. We didn't manage to record this file and a couple of those, but it's okay. We didn't lose much, but so I just restart the recording now. Okay,
Yep.
now you may share your screen then.
Yeah. Could you give the sharing rights?
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, so you should be paying.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Do you see it? So those.
What's the problem?
If I'm trying to add
No,
these three.
No, you don't need the last. You don't need the last. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, go.
Yeah, but if I want to.
Yeah, finish. You need one more. You need one more. Yeah.
Oh, what happens here? Okay. Yeah, see, it's not as a comment.
No. Just that's like okay. No. Just leave it. Just undo. I didn't say anything wrong there. Just undo everything. Shall we get back to the yeah? Just undo. Control Z.
Control
Z. Control Z. Yeah. So remove the last line. The last, yeah. Yeah, this, okay. For instance, you can write something inside and just, yeah, write something. Yeah, hi. And the next line, go to the next line also if you want, but you can give it still there. Just one line. Now this, okay, run it. You just go click the green.
should it be showing the?
What are you expecting? No, you don't. These are
Okay.
comments. They are a comment. That means to communicate
Okay.
with your colleagues. For instance, you wrote something, right? So who knows about? No one knows about what you wrote. So your colleagues or friends or something you share on the internet will be able to read and understand about what you're writing. So we call them comments to make your code more readable, easy to make them easy to read. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a means to leave some remark on our code, because the code doesn't speak by itself, right? Does it? No. Of course, if you write a very beautiful and clean code, yes, codes, they can speak by themselves. But sometimes we may not write very clean code, very a code which can speak by itself. So we need comment to make it more readable. Great.
Okay.
So you don't expect any output, and it doesn't give any output. Yeah, great. You may, okay. Yeah, let's get back.
All right.
Hi.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, for some reason I don't have the run button, the green
Okay.
run button.
Can you share with me?
Mm.
You are, who are you? Who is speaking?
I am Khaleda.
Okay.
Yeah, just wait a minute.
I think you have access. So can you share with me?
Okay.
Can you share your screen?
No, I cannot. I cannot share. It's a host disable participant screen sharing.
Okay, then let's. No, you could.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
No, I can't.
Okay, now.
No. Okay, so the reason why, can you go to the extension? The extension?
Okay, the extension is PY.
No, this one, on the left side.
Yeah.
The left side in the squares, the bottom squares. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click
Yeah.
and run Python, and then click on the first one.
This one.
Yeah. And install.
Okay.
Savina, we can also run it from at the top, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you can just click on the same button there. You don't have to wait for it. The extension button. No. The extension button.
Okay.
Yes. And click it again. Actually, yes. Click it again. And then go at the top and click extension Python. There's X. You can close it from there. But I think it's better if we wait a bit until it finish. It says installing, so let's just give it some time maybe.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we can just go to the files and see if the green button is on. Yeah? Then click the file.
No.
Okay, let's just keep waiting for some time. But if that doesn't come, what you should do, go all the way down there. Here,
Yeah.
then CD.
Yeah.
CD. No, even you don't have to write CD because you don't have. Just write PY. PY and space.
Yes. No.
No, space. And write exit. Exit. And close it with parentheses. Yes.
Enter.
Enter, yes. And now PY space. Yeah, and then H, capital H. Just click X. Click the X, yeah. And then go to the tab and click tab. Click
Tab.
Yes, tab. The tab. Yes, then enter.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do something like that. Or now you can even, now your green button is active, you can use that. You don't have to come here. So close this Python get started, close it. At the top.
This one.
No. Python get start, something new, open. Yeah, this. If you go a bit up, Python get. Do you see hello or hello world py? This, yeah, the other side.
Left.
On the right side.
Okay.
Oops.
So there are X. The X is active now. If you just, there's some files opened, so you can close it there.
Sorry, I don't understand why.
In the working space.
Yes, click it. Great.
Working space.
We're
Yeah.
there almost. Oh yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now do you see the green screen?
Yeah. Now I can see. Yeah.
I want to show you something. Stay there. No, please stay the green screen. And gently just move this cursor to the left. Yeah, just gently scroll. Yeah, move it. Don't you see Python get started?
Okay.
Yeah. Can you click there?
Here.
No, but you didn't click there. Can you move that button to the left gently? Just can you move it? It's okay. So now you are in a good position. So whenever you run any code, you come and just click that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you should remember that there are different files on the top next to this, the green, at the same line. If you see extension Python, hello world.py, Python get started. Don't you see those?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't say, I mean, if you see them, can you go and click them? I want to show you. Because what I see is just you are on the run button. Can you move that cursor to somewhere else? Yeah, can you, for instance, Python, can you click Python get started?
Where is the Python get started?
Don't you see it?
Just next to the working space, just next to the Python. Yeah, there are 3 files which are opened, right?
Yeah.
The right side.
On that.
The right.
No, there.
Not from side. Just a working space. In the working space, the space which you are writing codes, right? Did you see that?
Yeah. Here I am writing code.
There are 3 tabs. 3 tabs, right? The first one is extension. The second one is your Python code. The third one is the Python message.
Yeah.
No, you didn't get it. Okay.
Okay, I will.
Okay, you can finish the sharing. I will show you myself.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Guys, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Guys, what we faced, you were just here, and when I was just asking you to move gently like this, you're just there in one place. And remember, this, when it comes to computer, it's not a chemical. It doesn't just burn, or it's not something which can be broken. You can just destroy anything, okay?
Yeah.
You can just destroy like here. And if you just even destroy it, you can create it again. That's the good thing of like learning software development, is so like you can destroy something and do all over again. So what I was showing you, you just gently drag, a crawl and come and close. That's what I was trying to show you, okay? But it's okay. Now, someone mentioned that there is no multiple line comment. Yeah, this multiple line comment, actually, this will be a string. If you save it with something, text, it will not be anymore a comment. But if you just leave it like this, it is actually a multi-line comment. So that is a very good understanding already. Now let's move on to variables. Okay, let's talk about variables. Now, as you can see, I'm using the comment to write something. What are variables in Python? Variables are actually memory space, a place where we can store data. Yeah. So that are, so how do we write variables? For instance, a is equal to 2. What does that mean? Who can explain to me this?
A is assigned to 2.
Yeah, that
The
means
numbers.
there is a memory location A, and at A we stored 2. So now if we want to know what we have at A, let's try by clicking this. We have 2. Great. Let's see. For instance, we can store 3 at B. Then let's see, print A, B. So we should get actually 3. Oh, great. So this is actually variable name A, variable name B. Even we can have another variable A plus B. Great. And then print C. So now you may expect the value of C. What's the value of C? I think I should ask. What's the value of C?
5.
5. We have 2, 2, and the summation will be 5. And the value 5 is actually stored at memory location C. And let's print out. Yes, it is something like this. So, but do we use only something like this for a variable name? No. Variable name, so could be any letter. Variable name could be any letter and number, but not symbols. And it can't also start with a number. It's not allowed to start with a number. And even from the symbols, we can use underscore. Okay, let me show you. For instance, I can say year. What is the year now? Who can tell me the year? 20? 21. But maybe this year, what year? No one knows about this. Maybe if I want to store it, current year. Yep. So have you seen? I use the, what's the difference between, if I put it like this, it's not easy to read, right? So we make it, we use underscore to make it more readable. And we can say previous year, and we can say 2020. And it's actually standard for Python to use underscore. We can write first name like this, and I can store my name. And as you can see that if you are storing name, I mean numbers, you don't use a string, the quote. But if it's text, remember, you should use a single quote or double quote. And in Python, it's normal, or it's like kind of standard or convention to use underscore. It should be like this. Last name. Yes. Now, as I told you that, can I use, for instance, 1 here? First name 1? Yes, because I told you that it's allowed to use number. Can I use, for instance, dollar or something, a symbol? No, we don't. It's not. Okay, how about if I use number from the front? Nope. VS Code is so special that even it's telling me that, oh no, you can't do that like that. So the only symbol you can use is underscore, and the number can be used anywhere else except the beginning. Yeah, this is the rule of variable names. So remember, guys, whenever you use, you give a variable name, it should be a mnemonic. Mnemonic means it has something leading. For instance, first name is very mnemonic. You may expect it's going to store someone's first name, last name. It's very mnemonic. So it refers to someone's last name, previous year. It's very straightforward. For instance, if I say country, yeah, some country, it could be Finland or Estonia. How about if I say city? And it's, of course, city and country are very generic. Okay, why not Helsinki? So now, as you can see, we stored variables. This is a string because it's text, a string, it's text, string, number. So now, as you can see, we saw also different data types. We call it text, a string, anything under quotation, we call it string. Yes. Now we can do the same operation. For instance, instead of this, actually instead of A, I can call it num1. I can call this num2. And if I want to add those, total is equal to num1 plus num2. So print the total is, and then I can run. Name A is not defined. Where is it? Because I have A here. Yeah, so as you can see, when you see such kind of error, don't panic, please. Read the error, name error, and A is not defined. So where? Line 18. So you have to go to line 18. Okay, yeah, here. Is it defined somewhere else? No, so it was wrong. So all are not defined anywhere. Of course, because I removed them, I renamed the values, I mean the variables, and there is no space here. It's good to have a space for readability. And let's run it again. The total is 5. Okay, I can say print the difference is, I can make difference here, diff num2 from num1 minus num2, and then I can say product num2 num1, or maybe num2, and it goes division num2 divided by num1, and remainder num2 divided by num1, and floor division, I call it just, or quotient. That's too technical word. Yeah. Do you understand what a quotient is, guys? Anyway, the value when something you divide without the remainder. So we call it floor division. You can just num2 divided by num1. As you can see, I didn't have a space. It's good to have a space. It's easy to read. Yes, give a joy for your eyes by just writing it. It's so clean. Okay, so exponentiation, actually exponential, I think exponential. So then you can say num2 the power of num1. What is this? If you remember, 3 the power of 2, 9. So you can print this, like print the value of the exponential value, for instance, if you want 9. I'm not going to print all of them, so you got it since we did this on on the Python interactive shell, so you understand what it means. So this is a variable. This is how you declare variable. Is variable clear, guys? It's very important in any programming language. Variable is just the core of any programming language. So let me see, did you get it? Just type that magical number 1 to me and tell me that you understand, or you are just okay. It seems everybody got it. Okay, great. So this is what you do. Now I will just check the schedule we have from that, what we agreed to cover. We data types. It's very good to know about data types. Data types. But just let's leave this part for this file for variables. Let's create a different file, you know. We can just data types.py. Data types. Do you know, guys, data types? Already we talked about numbers, right? We talked string. We didn't talk about Boolean. Maybe we can also talk about list, set, set, tuple, and the dictionary. These are the core data types in Python. Today we will talk about numbers, string, booleans, and if we have time, we also see list. Okay, that is something we can see. Okay, so as I told you, numbers, you can say any number, like number 1, and you write maybe pi. You know this value, the pi is 3.14. Yeah, it's pi. And gravity, yes, gravity. What's the value of gravity? Everybody know that, 9.81. But before that, maybe boiling point. Yeah, boiling point or boiling temperature, and it's 100. So as you can see, we have number. Even we can store complex number actually in Python. Complex number, num. And I can just 1 plus 1j is a complex number. So let's see. And you can check the data type of, so let me ask you, number could be integer, it could be float, that means with decimal number, and it could be complex number. So what is it number? Is it an integer?
Yeah, it's an integer.
Yes, so we can use this actually. There's a built-in function type, and the type of boiling, let me for instance 10, and I can print this for you. So print type. The type of 10 is actually, what do you expect? Is it going to be integer or float or complex number?
It's an integer.
Yeah, so let's see. As you can see, it's a class int, so it's an integer. How about if I put 25?
It's a float.
It's going to be float. And then as I told you, how about if we add 1j or maybe 5j, something complex number. So now, as you can see, complex number. So we can check if, so now let's check the boiling temperature, and then check, yeah, it's integer because, and now let's check also maybe the pi. Of course, it's a float, everybody knows it. And let's check the gravity. And it's a float again, and you may expect this complex number, it's complex. By the way, I just, CPX just, I gave it just a random name, okay, complex. So now you know how to write numbers. Numbers are either integer, float, or complex. And if you have a number, you can do the arithmetic operations. What are the arithmetic operations? Like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, maybe modulus, even floor division, or exponential. Yeah, that's possible to do with numbers. Yeah, if you have a number, you can divide it, multiply it, add it. So we have checked that already. Here, of course, that is arithmetic operation. So now let's go to another data type. Even it would be nice. So maybe I can just put this in a numbers data type. So I call it numbers.py, and I can just leave that value here. And then how about if we have another data type, strings.py. In this, we will talk about strings data type. Okay, what are strings? Strings are actually text. Strings are actually text. The reason why I'm writing, guys, when I'm writing and talk at the same time, you will have a chance to see and listen to at the same time. That's why I'm doing this, okay? And also it will be a note because I share this with you on GitHub, and then it will be easy to remember. Okay, for instance, A is equal to A. What does that mean?
It's a string.
It's a string. The character A is stored in a variable A. How about ABC? ABC, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Sometimes I may ask you, generate something, and you may have such kind of a string. For instance, this is a string containing all the English alphabets. Yeah, print A. I think it's better. So I am storing at A this, and these are, I call them alphabets. Have you seen this is mnemonic? So everybody, anyone who speaks the English language, when you see this variable name and when you see this, it's so easy to read. So remember, when you give variable names, it should make sense, okay? Yeah, I have a variable A and it stores A, and I have the variable alphabets and it stores all the, yeah. Maybe even you can, yeah, that's enough, but let's check, let's print A. When we print A, we got A, and let's check the type, print type of A. What type is it? Is it, as you can see, it's a string. Okay, let's also print alphabets, and you can just see all, but let's check the type, alphabets. Where did I get this type? This type is actually a built-in function. You don't have to think about it. Globally, you get it from Python, so we just to call it and use it. Yeah, it's again a string. Can we count this? Who can help me to count this? Of course, everybody knows the number of English alphabet, and they are about 26, right? 26. But we can use the help of Python and alphabets, and then it should give me 26. Have you seen? 26. Maybe now we may be interested in vowels. Vowels, yeah? A, E, I, O, U. Yes, so now if I just print and length of the vowels, and I should get, I think as far as I know, they are 5, right? Yes, they are 5. Good. So to know the number of consonants, yeah, print length of alphabets, the alphabets, minus length of vowels, it gives you 21. But whenever you write a code like this, it's harder to read it. Let me declare it outside. Number of vowels, I mean consonants. Yeah, so this is easy to read. And you print that. So yeah, have you seen how I'm calculating? So this the len method. We have been using this function, the print function, a built-in function, type, another built-in function, links, another built-in function to calculate. By the way, how about if I want to have the uppercase of this? Okay, I can use print alphabet dot upper. We call this method. These are functions, but if you attach it from the right side, we call them methods. As you can see, all of them are now uppercase. Printing, if you are printing something, you are not storing. So let's store this like this. Alphabets upper. And now I can print alphabets upper. Even maybe two alphabets lower. These are lower, and this, so I have to also make a correction here and make a correction everywhere lower and lower, because just to be more explicit. Yeah, a lower or upper, whatever. I think upper. Yes. Yeah, so this is a string. Can we concatenate two strings? For instance, you have first name, and then it's my name. And if I have my last name, and that's going to be, how about if I'm interested in my full name? Full name. You can add first name plus last name. So using the plus operator, you can concatenate. Concatenation means actually merging. So let's see the result or the value. Full name. Yeah. Have you seen? We managed to merge this name, but it doesn't make sense. So we have to add empty space in between this. So as you can see, this is actually a string without any character, so with empty space. As you can see now, we managed to create an empty space like that. Yeah. So how about if we have some text? Let's see. If you remember, I took some text previously from just Python, something I wrote something like this, and Python. Yeah, so I just took this text, if you remember, and let's take it. Text, and then I store it. But it's not, if you have like multi-line text, it's not easy to just use a single quote. It's better to use multiple quotes, something like this, or with yeah, something like this. Then let's print that. Print text. As you can see, now we have printed out that text. Python is an interpreter something, okay? Just the text. Can we count them? Yes, why not? Print, length, and text. Yeah, 183 characters. By the way, it includes the space. But how about if I want you to count the words 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is easy to count. Everybody will count it. But if I give you a Shakespeare book and if I want to ask you to count the number of words, that might not be easy. Okay. So for instance, we can split this like this. Print text.split. Where do you want to split it? At the space. Yeah, at the space. Let's see the result. Now, as you can see, we see words, the Python here, and all the words are now in a list. Have you seen? We call this data type list. Because you can see that list of words. So this kind of, if it starts with a square and ends with a square bracket, we call it list, a list kind of. So how can we count this? It's easy. So after we split that, we can just use len and then put it there, and we can count the number of words. As you can see, we have 22 words in that text. Oh, is it word, by the way, because the reason why you saw, I will show you. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Do you remember this slash? This slash? This slash and n, that means new line, because we have this extra new line. So you have to remove such kind of, yeah, now we will not have that new line. Yes, as you can see, it starts from Python. Yeah, great. Does this text start with the word Python? No, everybody's quiet. Is everybody here?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it starts. So can we check? Can we use Python to check if this text is? Yeah, we can actually. We can say text.starters. Yeah, have you seen this VS Code is source, and then you just pass Python. So what do you expect from this? True or false? That means, let's see. So what do you expect from this? Is it going to be true or false?
True.
It should be true. Yeah, as you can see, true. Okay, what is the last? How does it end? Text.ends with, actually, I can say it ends with connection. Yeah, I don't know, maybe you may see indentation, but I see connection. So I'm just kidding you guys. Yes, I see what you see, but let's trick Python, and even with a dot, because if I don't have the dot, it doesn't. Let's try. It should be, yeah, because I didn't print it out. You should print. Let's try. It's not, yes, just. Okay, as you can see, it is false. But if I change it to indentation, do you think, is this going to be true or false?
True. No, there is a period. Yeah.
So decide, guys, is it going to be true or false?
False.
It should be false, because I should include the dot. But let's see it first. As you can see, it's false. Now let's add the dot, and it's true. Guys, I can't teach you all the methods of string, so I will leave that for you. GitHub, let's go to GitHub, and 30 days of Python. So as you can see, there are lots of people coming here. So strings. So you come to here and then learn, just read about. It's straightforward. So creating a string, how we create a string. String concatenation, new line, how to create tab. As you can see, how to have a backslash, string formatting, but this is something we should see because it's very important. Yeah. Now, let me get you back. Do you remember we wrote here first name Asabena? You can write yours, and last name my name, and then full name. Okay, and then the country is actually Finland, and the city is actually Helsinki. Now, if I am interested to print out this, let me show you. Asabena, you type, lives in Finland, in Helsinki, Finland. Okay, in Helsinki, Finland. And he is 75. He weighs 95 kilogram and 175 centimeter tall. How do I print this out? So I have to add more information. Mass 75 and height. Do you like the name of the variable, this mass? What do you think? And 175. What do you think? Is it a very good variable name? How about m instead of mass? How about h instead of height?
Weight.
It worked, but
Oh, no, weight instead of mass, weight.
Weight, okay. Weight is also actually, if we be more scientific, weight means mass times gravity. So let's ignore that also. So actually, don't use such kind of M. Is that matter? Whatever, it's really confusing. Mass is a very good name. H, what is that H? No one knows your H. So please, this is really good name. Yeah? So now, if you want to create this, actually what you may do, full name, class, and then lives in class, then city, class, like this, and then country, class, what's the ways, class, the mass, class, kilogram, and then it's this data is coming from the variable class, height, class, centimeter tall. Or then this is how you do it. Let's print this out. Print this. Then let's see what we get. Yeah, we have an error. So cannot only concatenate, because the reason why we can't concatenate numbers with strings. So we have to change this to a string. We have this method stir, and I have to put it something like this. And then I have to also change this number to string. Stir, I changed it. So again, now at least there is, Asabena lives in Helsinki, Finland. Okay, there is no space here, and we have to add that. Maybe, where is it? Finland. So I have to add this, and then maybe here again space, and space, and then space, and then space. Now let's run it again. Asabena lives in Helsinki, Finland, weighs 75 kilogram and 175 centimeters tall, and we can maybe add a full stop here. It's not a clean code, I tell you guys. It's not clean code. So how can we make this much better? I will show you. What you should do, just, you may have something like this, yeah? Then print, you need F, that means formatting, and then you need this quotation and put everything there. So instead of this, I put my full name. To put my full name, I use this two curly bracket, full name. Where do I live? What is city? And you replace this with country. And you replace this value with weight, mass. And you replace this value with height. So actually this curly bracket allows you to inject the data from this. So which method do you prefer? This method or this method? Which is clean for you and easy. Now let's see. We got the result from both the same. As you can see, the same result. But when it comes to cleanness, this is very clean and easy to use. You just need to create a curly bracket and you inject the data. So destroy this, don't use this, or you can remove it. But I want to hear from you. Which do you prefer? This actually, we call it the old way. There's also another way of concatenation you may go through. For instance, this old style formatting, you can do it the other way, just the variables will come here. But I just help you to understand this one, the new way of formatting, new style formatting. But I think you should also go read through this text and try to understand. So that means, for instance, we've been doing this A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3, right? If I want to, for instance, print F the sum of A and B is A plus B. It's so handy. Look at this. Let's print. Have you seen the sum of 2 and 3 is 5? And then if you want to change the difference of A and B is, you just difference. And the product, you just change the product. The product of A and B, and this should be multiplication if we talk about it. The division of, and this should be, of course, something like this. Have you seen? So handy, so handy. And now this number is so small, right? We can have this round already is a built-in method, round. So it gives you a round of, yeah, it was round to 1, something like that. So, but if you were doing with a plus, it would be really hard. Even another way, let me show you. For instance, print, you may say F A plus B is equal to A plus B. This gives you actually a very good format. Have you seen 2 plus 3, 5? And then let's just duplicate this. So you change this to minus, minus. Yeah, and I change this. No, please undo. What is going on there? And I can change this to, for instance, I can change this to, what's the, if you need such kind of formatting, maybe if I want the floor division here, and floor division, and and I'm left with this. Maybe you may need this one, like the human way, but yes. What is this? The star. Sometimes I forget too. Yeah, now if you print this, actually it looks like somehow like this. 2 plus 3, 5, 2 minus 3 minus 1, 2 times 3, 6, and 2 divided by 3, it gives you 0.6. And actually, the remainder, when you divide 2 by 3, the remainder is 2 because we can't divide 2 by 3. And the floor division of this, and there's nothing to, and it's 0. To the power of 3, 8. Yeah, so this formatting allows you to write something beautiful like this. Yeah. Okay, so now at the meantime also we learned arithmetic operations. So we can just put this in the arithmetic operation because it will remind us arithmetic operation. What? Arithmetic .py. Maybe it's good to add operations.py. Yeah, so I think we managed to cover what we planned to do today, and it will be enough for today. My message, don't be overwhelmed, because especially the very beginning, the first week, the first day is very overwhelming. So don't be overwhelming. Something might not work. You may try it maybe like 50 times, 100 times. It may take you an hour or a day, and that's very normal. Okay, so please calm down. Don't be panic. So, and your reference is going to be 30 days of Python. Next week when you come, please read this one, the introduction, variables these variables and built-in functions, operators, strings, and even if you manage to read up to this list, I could just say up to day 11, that would be nice. Yeah, that could be nice. So I think I finished from my side. So how was your learning today? Let's rate your learning from 1 to 10. How much did you acquire today from 1 to 10? Let's see. Type from 1 to 10. How much did you learn? Lily, you are typing me privately, so don't try it privately. Yes, just make it public. Yes. We can also stop the recording here.